Hello everyone, how are you today? Hopefully everyone is doing great as always and you have a lot of energy to do the activities of today. So let's start. Today is Thursday, May the 14th, and today we are going to divide this video into two parts. First, I will read the story I Met Ted again with you, of course, and then I will give you an explanation of the activity you have to do today. Are you ready? Let's start. Remember, the objective of the week is to explain changes of the main characters. Do you remember the main characters? It is a caterpillar and a tadpole. Also remember, they both become something different. Big change for both of them. Alright, let's start with the story. I met Ted. But this time, please, pay attention to the following things. The size of the animals. You have to remember that in some part of the story, they both are little and they become bigger. You have to pay attention to the size of the animals, of both of them. Also, pay attention to the colors of the two animals. Sometimes they change. Also, pay attention to the parts of the body. They look very different at the end of the story. This time, I want you to do the following thing. I will start reading the sentences, but I am not going to finish. That is your job. You have to finish the sentences. I start, you finish. We are going to start with the title. Let's try. I will not say I met Ted. I only will say I met. You have to say the word Ted. For example, if I say I met, you have to say Ted. Let's try. 1, 2, 3. I met. You have to say Ted. Let's do it one more time. I met. Yes, you have to finish the sentences. Let's start. Are you ready? Let's go. I am a. I am. I met. Ted is a. Good. Let's remember that if I point at you, you have to finish the sentences. If I say, I am a, you have to say caterpillar until the period. You have to finish the sentences. Okay, here you have to pay attention to the three things I said before. First, the size, the colors, and the parts of the body. Let's focus on the colors. What color is the caterpillar? Can you identify it? It is, yes, it is yellow. Also, I can see purple and orange. Now let's focus on the tadpole. What color is it? I can see the color green, a light green, also a dark green. And it has some circles on the body. What about parts of the body? I can see orange legs here, caterpillar orange legs. Also, the back of the caterpillar, some parts are purple. Good. What about the tadpole? The tadpole doesn't have any legs. He can swim, but he cannot go out of the water. He has a tail, something that helps him to move in the water, in the pond. Let's continue. Remember, I read the sentences and you finish the sentences. Let's start. See, Ted is a fat. Ted is a fat. Good. If I say see, you have to say Ted. You have to finish the sentences. Okay, focus on the size of Ted. Ted's size is different in these two pictures. First, Ted is little. Then, Ted is big. Size is different. Let's continue. Remember again, I read, you finish the sentences. Good. I start, you finish. 1, 2, 3. Ted sat and good. I am at good. I start and you finish. Now, again, let's concentrate on something very special here. Now, let's focus on parts of the body. What about Ted? I can see Ted that is big, but I can see something different. Now, Ted has legs. Before, Ted didn't have any legs. Now he has legs. Now he can go out of the pond. What about the caterpillar? We don't see the caterpillar, but we know that the caterpillar is at home. The caterpillar here is sleeping. Let's continue. Again, I start the sentences and you finish. 1, 2, 3. Ted is a. I am a. Good. I started and you finished the sentences. Good. Again now, let's focus on the colors of the characters. Ted was completely green. Some parts a little bit light green and some parts dark green. But now I can see something yellow. Yes, I can see a yellow part in Ted's body. What about the caterpillar? Remember that the purple color was only on the caterpillar's back. Now is in its whole body and around its wings. Completely different. What about the parts of the body? Now, Ted has legs, big eyes, and one yellow part, something different. What about the caterpillar? Now the caterpillar is a butterfly, and a butterfly has wings, something that the caterpillar didn't have before, something new, completely new. Good. So now I think we are ready to start the explanation of today's activity. Let's do it. First, you have to finish watching this video. That is the first instruction. And also you can take notes if you want. And I recommend you to do it. Okay? Number 2, read the story with the teacher. That is already done if you watched this video so far. So we are good. Instruction number 3. Read the explanation about making a description. And that is going to happen now. Pay attention to this picture now. Here we can see a very important mountain in Chile. It's called Cerro El Plomo. It's very famous in Chile because it's the highest mountain that we can see in Santiago. I think if now you go outside and look at the mountain range at the Cordillera, and you can see a big mountain with some snow in the middle, that is Cerro Plomo. Personally, I have been there 2 times. The first time I visited that was in 2015. And also last year I visited once again. So to me, it's very important. I really love that mountain and I really know what is happening there. Let's make a description. A description is information about how one thing is. I have been there, so I can make a description about this Cerro El Plomo. I can talk about the size. I can say if it's big or small. I can talk about the colors, the blue and the white and the gray of the rocks, etc. Also, I can talk about the temperature. I can say that's very, very cold. So I can do this to organize my ideas. This is called a word web. To make a description about Cerro El Plomo, I can draw these circles. In the middle, I can write Cerro El Plomo. And around Cerro El Plomo, I can write information to make connections with Cerro El Plomo. These words are the connections of the description. For example, I can say that is very big, talking about the size. I can say it's blue, that is related to the colors. And also I can say that it's very cold if I want to say something about the temperature. Also, I can say more things about Cerro Plomo. I can say that is natural, that is white, and also that is windy. So, in simple words, description is information about how a thing is. If you make more connections, it means you are giving more information. You are giving more descriptions. Take a look at this picture. This is Colegio Tabancura. Yes, we can do a description of Colegio Tabancura. We are going to give information about how Tabancura School is. I can write Tabancura School in the middle and around I can write information, and that is a description. Example: Tabancura School is big. Tabancura School is fun. Yes, because I can play a lot of games with my friends at school. It's friendly because the teachers and all the people who work in Tabancura are very kind. And also I can say, yes, Tabancura School is cool. Yes. And that is a description. Again, description is information about how a thing is. Later, you will have to do this with the two characters of the story, but I will give you more instructions later. Let's continue with the explanation. Number 4. Read the story I Met Ted by yourself. Please, when you finish this video, take the cornerstone once again and take a look. Read it one more time and use your voice. You can practice fluency and pronunciation. Later, you have to do the activity number 2. I will explain it to you. This is the activity number 2. It says, circle the best answer for each question. In each question, you will have 3 alternatives. I will read it for you. Number 1, how big is the caterpillar at first? That is the beginning of the story. How is it? A, little, like this. B, medium size. C, big. Only one is the correct answer. Number 2, how big is Ted at first? How is it at the beginning of the story? A, medium size. B, big. C, little. Number 3, what animal is Ted at the beginning of the story, at first? A butterfly, B, a dog, C, a tadpole. Number 4. What is the yellow bug at first? What is the yellow insect that you saw in the story at the beginning? A beetle, B, a caterpillar, C, a worm. Remember, there is only one correct answer for each question. Let's continue. After doing the activity number 2, you have to do the evaluated activity. Here we go. I will read the instructions for you. You have to remember how to make a description. Remember that? Okay, you can watch this video so many times if you want. Then you can go to this evaluated activity. It says, number 1, complete the circles to make a description about a frog. In the middle, we can see the word frog. You have to use 4 words to complete each circle. You can take the information from the previous activities. You can take the information from the cornerstone, or maybe you already know and you can take the information from your head. Number 2, complete the circles to make a description about a butterfly. In the middle, you have the word butterfly, and you have 4 circles. You have to give information to make a description. Again, you can take the words from the cornerstone, the story I Met Ted. You can take the words from the previous activities, or you can take the words from here. Maybe you already know all the answers. Finally, number 3, complete the following checklist. It says, I watched the videos sent by the teacher. I read the story I Met Ted. I finished the activity number 1. I finished the activity number 2. I finished the evaluated activity. If you did all of these activities, you can check it with a pencil. And that's it. Well done. That is the end of today's activity. Congratulations. You read the story I Met Ted. And also now you can rest a little bit. Congratulations. The objective was to explain changes of the main characters. And that is what you did. You made a description about each character and also you explained the changes. Now you can do it. Let's do something. Before leaving, I want you to click on this link to watch the following video. It's called Shake Break. I click on this and I can open the window. So it's called Shake Break, Action Songs for Kids. You can play it and you can see a very nice song. So that's it. I will see you next week. Goodbye, boys. Have a good rest of the day.